Alright, I've heard from some people that they had an interest in seeing a video or two on how to work with slide rules. And if you've known me for any amount of time, you'll know that I'm a pretty passionate collector of these devices. I greatly enjoy the enormous variety that they present. So this one in particular, this is a very neat little slide rule that I managed to pick up on eBay. It's called Fowler's Universal Calculator. And this is in the style of slide rule that is called a pocket watch style. So it's reminiscent of a pocket watch, although the size is closer to that of, I don't know if you've ever heard of Goliath pocket watches, but they were mostly sold as travel clocks, but they're basically full-blown pocket watches that are pretty much the same size as this. So this one was giving me some trouble because this central hub sits a little too high and it was fouling on this glass cover here. So I've added, I don't think you can see a little bit right there, but I've added 3 little snips of paper just to act as shims to lift it off so that there's enough clearance for the hub to move. It's not quite enough, but it works. So how do you use one of these? With this slide rule, you have a fixed hairline and a movable hairline. Okay? So normally what you'll do is you'll take and you'll line up one with the fixed hairline. Okay? And then you move the movable hairline. This controls the movable hairline. This knob rotates the scale. You move it around to the fact that you want to multiply by. So if we want to multiply by 2, I just rotate it over so that the movable hairline is lined up with the 2. And now you'll notice that it says 20 instead of 2. With slide rules, you have to keep track of the 0. So it's the same whether you're multiplying by 2.2, 200, 2 million, 2,000. Same thing, you just track where your zeros are. So now if we want to multiply 2 times 3, okay, we take and we move 3 so that it's under the fixed hairline. Okay, now you can see that 3 is under the fixed hairline, so we'll go look at the movable hairline and we see that it says 60. Now, an advantage with a slide rule is that if you're doing things like conversions, you can set it up with the conversion factor and then with very little movement do multiple conversions in series. So we'll set our fixed hairline back to 1, and let's say that I have a drawing that's in millimeters and I want to convert it to inches. So there's 25.4 millimeters in 1 inch. So that's our 1. We then take the movable hairline, and there's 24, there's 25.2, and 25.4, right? So now, 1 inch, 25.4 millimeters. So if we have ourselves 3 millimeters. Then we can look up here and we know that it is 1.18 or 0.118 inches. If we then have ourselves 41 millimeters. Okay. And you can see I've set 41 down here. Up at the top, we can read that it is, say, 1.61213 inches. Okay? And now the Fowler takes this into mind. You'll notice that there's these little tick marks around the edge. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see them or not, but those indicate the position of conversion factors. So if I set this to here, so right here is meters to yards, okay? So 1 meter is 1.09 yards, if I remember right. Well, then if you've got yourself three meters, you can read it off in yards. Other things are there for multiplying by pi and converting kilograms to pounds, etc. There's not a huge number of these markings around here, but it's got, these are your reciprocals, logarithms, and then you have sine and tangent scale. So in the grand scheme of things, it's a fairly basic slide rule. It's an older slide rule. And they're not that common, but it's a lot of fun to play with. Well, that is it for my first official how-to video. I hope you like it, and come back for more. See you later.